Believe me, I mean, even if it wasn't about evening up the season series, just getting a small measure of revenge for their loss in the first game, I think that's going to drive them really hard tonight.
Let's take a look at our starters for Sacramento. Gonzalez in at point guard. Stauskas is the 2 with Gay playing small forward. Kenneth Faried is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Now here's Gordon. He had 19 points in the win against Detroit.
Yeah, he picked his spots in that game too, Kevin, because I thought he not only did a nice job scoring, but setting up his teammates as well. Really tough to get that shot off with the size differential there. That's not an individual matchup he's going to win every time, especially in the post.
Very well done. I didn't think he had any business operating down there with the big fellas.
Well, an illegal screen is one of the toughest calls for the official to make.
You know, I agree with you. You've got to have some sympathy for the referees when they have to make calls like that, but they get paid well, and they're the best in the business, so they can handle it.
Last game in New Orleans, they picked up the win against the Detroit Pistons.
Yeah, it didn't seem to be much of a challenge for them in that game. It seemed like they scored at will. Not much defense that they were facing.
Yep, they had the defense on its heels early the entire game, and actually nearly the entire game, and no matter what unit was out there, it looked like a mismatch to me.
And Faried throws it down.
Boy, the prettiest play in basketball to me, executed to perfection.
I don't think you're going to get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop.
Well, unless you're the team getting dunked on, of course.
Now here's Gordon, averaging 12 points a game. And they double up Gordon.
That's a jump ball.
Sacramento with the ball. Kennedy. Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. Off with the layup, the drive by Gay, and he gets it to go.
Really did a nice job recognizing the mismatch that he had and immediately cashing in with that mid-range jumper.
Here's the floater, and that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. Doubled by Gonzalez. And Holiday, here we go, hit his leg. And it's being called a kickball. On defense, Sacramento. Tipped away. Stolen by Gay. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Again, Sacramento.
They're off and running. Good start here. They've knocked down 4 of their first 5.
It's stolen by Gonzalez. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand. Clark, some serious agility coming out of the backcourt.
You know, that bucket might count for a little more than 2 points when he finishes with that kind of flourish.
Yeah, against a D that was already reeling a little bit. That was like a body blow.
Now here's Gordon. Anderson a screen on Cousins. Kennedy. He's guarded by Cousins. Here's Kennedy. That one rolling around and rims out. Last outing for Sacramento, they won that game against the Jazz in Salt Lake City.
And you know what was most impressive? They've wasted very few possessions in that game. They ran their offense close to perfection.
That's what we call a mute button game in front of a hostile crowd. They never let the fans get into it. Had them on their hands the whole time.
Gordon goes in. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Holiday dishes to Gordon to stop the run. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Gordon's got his second basket of the night.
Beautiful cut to the hoop. He's getting anything he wants here already.
Gonzalez against Holiday. Stauskas kicks to Gay. Shot clock at 6. Off the screen. Almost, but it rolls out.
Well, with that much space off the pick, you've got to drop that in.
Yeah, you got to make that one. I mean, that's a high-quality shot you should make 9 out of 10 times.
Some changes for New Orleans. Chris Middleton's checked in for Anderson. Corver comes in for Eric Gordon. And it's Austin Rivers in for Drew Holiday. And the shot goes in from Gonzalez. Gonzalez has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
He's such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Rivers kicks to Corver. Doubled by Gonzalez. Rivers passes to Evans. Here's Rivers. He's coming off a 10-point game against Detroit. We'll go to Doris Burke, who spoke with head coach Manny Williams.
Kevin, their perimeter shooting game is what he thinks will make the difference in this one. He didn't want to take anything away from the defenders they're up against, but he did say he'd be surprised if his team doesn't shoot a high percentage from outside. We'll see, guys.
Thanks a lot, Doris.
I definitely can appreciate their approach with the 3-ball.
Smith checked in for New Orleans. Here's Rivers after the made shot from Gonzalez. Now here's Rivers, and that is good.
Another nice bucket. Down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, I think that could really set things up well the rest of the game. Pound the ball inside and then let your perimeter players play off your bigs.
Here's Gonzalez after Austin Rivers scored. Gonzalez down low. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
It's been a big game for Speedy already with 8 points, and he's added a steal to his stat line also.
Now, that's obviously not a big number, but he's been doing some valuable defensive work for him.
Both free throws good from Gonzalez.
That's a familiar sight. He hardly ever wastes his chances at the line. Cashes in regularly.
It's tipped. And so it looks like the Pelicans will retain possession here. And let's go to a rundown of the best point guards from the free throw line over the course of the last month. Here is your 2K leaderboard. Oh, you look at Speedy, deadly on the strike. Someone you do not want to foul.
Well, if these guys can get to the line, there's not much question what the outcome is going to be. So it sort of prevents the defense from being as aggressive as they'd like to be against them.
That's exactly right. I mean, you'd rather dare them to make a shot than risk sending them to the stripe. That's almost free points for them. At least there's a chance they'll miss from the floor.
And it's the Pelicans with the ball. Sacramento making their last shot. Pass to Kennedy. Gonzalez against Rivers. This one for 3. And the basket good. Rivers has got 5 now.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a nice look.
Poor job by the defender to not fight over or around that screen.
Gonzalez passes to Landry. There's the bucket. Good. Landry's got his first basket of the night.
Well, they've settled into their offense very quickly here today.
Yeah, they're zoned in, making the most out of their possessions here.
Corver kicks to Rivers. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
Love it. Old school. Just physical play in the paint. Dominate.
Great open look there.
They've had the hotter hand in the first half so far, no question.
Yeah, it's because of all the high percentage shots they've been working for and getting.
It's stolen by Gonzalez. By himself. A huge slam. The perfect end of the fast break.
Looks like they're going to have one of those days where they can do no wrong.
Well, they haven't done anything wrong so far. Double-digit lead already.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Kings?
Tell you what, guys, they're showing us a lot of energy early on and racking up those fast break points.
Yeah, and I've noticed also that their quick hands have led to a lot of forced turnovers. They're getting some points in transition as a result.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the court right now for the Kings, Gonzalez. He's in at point guard. Rudy Gay is out there with Kenneth Faried. And it's Brian in at the 4. Now here's Gonzalez. Here's Daniels. And off target as he starts the game 0 for 1. Williams against Gonzalez. Back to Williams. Evans kicks to Middleton. Out of bounds. Pelicans ball as New Orleans keeps possession. DeMarcus Cousins. He's checked in for Sacramento. Here's Gordon. Tries a 3 off the inbound. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. Gordon's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for New Orleans. Gonzalez passes to Gay. Back to Gonzalez. Pass to Gay. Stolen by Anderson. Gordon with it. He has 7. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Gordon's got 9.
Well, the pick worked really well there. Nice job taking it right to the tin for the layup.
Here's Gonzalez. No good off the back of the rim.
And the defense got away with a major lapse there.
Williams double team. Kicks it to Gordon. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession.
Let's check out the stat sheet here on Eric Gordon. His last 10 games, he's putting up 13 points a game, 3 assists and 2 rebounds. And the numbers might not reflect it, but the effort's really been there for him. He's going to get rewarded soon enough if he keeps getting after it like he has been.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, Steve. He's been unlucky not to have filled up the stat sheet more because his play has really been solid.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Well, Speedy in the last matchup against the Jazz really lit up the floor. He had 40 points, and he was his usual self on the defensive end, providing a bunch of steals. Numbers like that are rare to see by any player in a game he'll always remember.
Thanks, Doris, for revisiting what was an astounding performance, Clark.
It clearly was one of those games that when we look back on his career, this game will be right there among the best ever that he's played.
Well, he was in the zone from the outset. It was just one of those games where he was feeling it. Everything was going his way, and he attacked, and that's what I like. Once he knew it was his night, he just attacked relentlessly.
Gordon dishes to Williams. The pass to Anderson. Good, great play by Williams to set it up.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
Cousins with a screen on Williams. Gonzalez into the lane. Here's Daniels. No luck, and New Orleans will go the other way with it. Last time they faced off, it was right here at home where they couldn't get it done.
They found themselves up against a hot team that night, Kevin, and they just didn't have the manpower defensively to shut them down.
You know, guys, I expected a little more fight out of them than what they showed us. They never strung together any stops like they needed to.
3 on the clock. Here's Evans. Nice follow through on the fadeaway. Now just a 5-point Sacramento lead. For Sacramento, they've gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Gonzalez into the lane. Gay outside. Some nice ball movement here by the Kings. Dishes it to Daniels. Takes the 3. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Here's Gonzalez. He feeds it to Faried. And he overshot that one, missing.
He doesn't really scare a defense at all. You've seen him miss quite a few just like those.
Williams with the ball. Gay picks him up defensively. Here's Anderson. Rebounded by Gonzalez. Gonzalez has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. He kicks to Faried. Back to Gonzalez. Here's Daniels. Sinks the triple. And the Kings lead by 8.
But you can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
So both teams changing it up here. And now Doris Burke has it up. And so we wrap up the first half. Kings lead by 8.
Well, you've been consistent.